Hey everyone. Okay. So my guests today are, and I'm guessing that you know who my guests are today because you've seen them before. Here we have myself, Biodun, we have Jem, who is acting like we're bullying him into using Gem. I don't know what's going on.
Yes,
And
sir.
then we have the delectable Oyin-Liz.
Delectable is the right word.
It's not the Queen way.
That's right.
Adding
That's right.
queen.
Good way for them. Good way for them. Ah, we're about to pay our bride price. Oh. We're about to pay our bride price. I just want everybody to know.
Oh my god.
So these guys have sufficiently embarrassed me this evening. I have wept and I have cried
Ah,
internally, and a lot has happened. But you know what? You guys, you're all vibes and trips to heaven this
That's
evening.
I
that's
like that. I like that. I like
that's
that.
how we roll.
I like it. I like it.
So speaking of vibes and trips to heaven, I'm going to show something. Let's see how it comes out on the screen.
Hopefully it comes out good.
Let's see. Hopefully it comes out well. Hopefully
Hopefully
it
it comes
comes
out.
out well. Let's see.
Carry myself like a son of a king. Well, I'm a son of the king. Ever since trading pain for the peace. I play songs at the court of the prince. Only play on words, never play with a word. Only take awards, never take to the wall. Only place my faith in the place up above. I could show you tallies of the wars that I lost, but I'll probably show you all the plaques on my wall. Life is a present, can't be living in the past. Seize every moment cause it might be your last. Get to heaven one day, ask you what you did with your life. Stand out of the crowd, I just wanna levitate. Talk to a brother, I just wanna educate. We got healing over here, you don't gotta medicate. Hit the pedal real quick and you don't gotta hesitate. I can't tell you that I let you. I can't tell you that I let you. Oh, now God give me the power. Now Him give me superpower. Yeah. Carry Jesus' name.
You
Oh,
stopped the song. Hey, when the bed have entered body already. Oh my
Liz
god.
was already she was already on a trip to
Hey, it's
heaven.
already
We
good.
had to we had, we had to bring her back. But anyway, you know what? Seriously, shout out to you, Jam. So if you're watching, so Jam just dropped an EP, and Lenu is one of the songs on that. And I'm not going to lie, I enjoyed it. I don't know if it's correct to say you outdid yourself on this,
He did.
but I think that's the right thing to say. I feel like you
Thank you.
outdid yourself. I
Thank you.
feel like it was very authentic to the gem that I know, and at the
Yeah.
same time, you kind of stretched. I know that you have so much going on, like you're
Mm.
producing, you're directing, you're doing videos, you're doing like there's so much,
Yeah,
and
Daddy.
I
Ah,
was thinking it was going to push this to 2022. I'm not going to lie. But well, so tell me, Jem, what do you think? Um, what was the motivating factor to drop in this?
It sounds like I didn't. I thought we were gonna talk about like how like rappers are
No,
like
yeah, we
this
are, but we
one.
have to start from here,
Okay, all
right?
right, okay. So this song, especially Lenny in particular, I've actually had it like with me since like maybe like early this year. Like it's been a long time that I've had it. Um,
Okay.
Usually I have songs at least 6 months before they're even out. I mean, whenever I'm not putting the EP together, then I'm trying to because I like to tell a story because videography and all that. So everything has to kind of have a central focus. So then I feel like okay, maybe I need something to buttress it. Today I actually was thinking like I should have added one more song to kind of buttress the whole point, but whatever. Sha. Anyways,
No, but that can always,
you can use
you know what?
deluxe.
I
You
can
know,
use a
Okay,
deluxe.
pull a whiskey.
I
If you
know,
want,
right? No, I
if you,
can leak it.
You can.
there we go. Leak it
Please,
for us.
let's link this thing.
So
So
I've actually had it for a minute, and but I guess the general idea behind the entire album, it's behind the entire EP. It's just a thing of like I've always heard people say. First of all, to the best of my knowledge, there's nothing like that outside. There's nothing that's so, at least that has the message of truth and also still vibey out there that I know of. I literally had to search through the internet looking for like, yeah, babe, I think you're muted. Of course, there are things like, like oh really? There are, people like call down music that gives a little bit of vibes. I have
Mhm.
an entire playlist. It's my phone. Oh, my phone is right here. I have like an entire playlist that I could go through. Um, there's the name of the playlist is One in a Billion, because like it really really took me like digging through tons and tons of songs like that to find um just not only inspiration but whatever. Anyways, what I'm trying to say in essence is that I want people to know that the old Christian journey and the old Christian faith, and when it comes to music, whatever, is just people's understanding of what God is. It's like you're catching like
Yeah.
a sight of a revelation of something, and that is what you're running with. That's literally what everybody's doing. Of course, some people will have a revelation that is more appealing to everybody compared to other people, but the whole point of Leno itself and the song and the old EP is just like, all right, we have these things that have been perverted. We have these things that don't really pass a message. How can I make it? How can I speak the truth? Speak my
Mhm.
truth and speak God's truth, and at the same time make it appealing and vibey. That because all people say when I was selling it to Mofetolu, the my friend that thankfully featured on the song, what I told him was that everybody has always been saying that, oh, the reason they don't listen to gospel songs is because they are not vibey, or the reason why they listen to secular songs is because, oh, the beat is catchy. So I'm like, all right, this is the challenge. I'm going to make a catchy beat, and I'm pretty decent at making catchy beats. So I'm gonna make a catchy beat. I'm gonna have a catchy chorus. Let's see what your excuse is now for not listening.
Okay.
So that's kind of what like the EP and
Kind
everything.
of a push there. Okay.
Yeah.
So just because right now the subject, I wouldn't say gospel music is hot, but the subject of what is considered gospel
It's
is
very
hot,
it's very hard.
especially with Kanye and Drake and Andre 3000. The whole Andre 3000 song getting leaked and his rap getting leaked, I love, because I feel like it exposes a whole new generation to him. And when I was younger, he was like everything. He
He
was
was.
huge, right? So I think it would be so unfair if he's still alive and people don't know who he is. So I love that that happened. I still don't think it wasn't intentional. I just feel somehow like it was planned. I don't know why. I
I think
just feel like
I agree
Industry
a
move.
little bit, especially with the kind of person it was licked with. Like it wasn't like just randomly licked. Like
leaked.
like ah, wasn't it Drake that
It
licked
was
it?
great. It was great. It was great. And I
Drake.
know
Did
they've
you
been
guys know that
beefing.
Kanye West album too was technically a leak because he said Universal actually dropped it without his
Before they gave
consent.
them his
But
approval.
he was teasing everybody too much. He did this one,
That's
Yeah.
listening
very
party here, listening party.
yeah,
Kilo J.
Tease me, too much, too much. Too.
he just
He
wanted
was
to make more money from us, honestly. Because he had already put so much money at that
Mhm.
point. Like
From
so,
the listening parties, right?
yes.
Yeah.
So
and they said enough, drop this thing already, and so that was what happened. But I think it's kind of mixed bag for me, right? Because I know Drake and Kanye have been beefing because of Kim. I don't know. To my knowledge, men are able to settle these things easily, but maybe
No, no, when it comes
the
to wife, oh,
please, Drake is not beefing nobody. Please.
eh?
That, he's not beefing nobody. That's
Oh,
how
let
Drake
me tell you, everybody. Onyeka is biased, though. Let me just tell you
they
now.
beef. And now their beef is settled. But now they're back to beefing now. Because Chris,
Mhm.
what's it called? The, they both beef. Please, Drake doesn't beef anybody. Kanye does
Hey,
anybody. It's not Kanye that anybody should be taken serious. Like beefs
let me,
in
babe, let me, not to come against it because you're looking
Mhm.
so cute today. I don't even want to see anything to get on your bad side.
Oh,
But
okay.
what a reviewer literally said was that two people are
Mhm.
beefing, right? Kanye and Drake, right? And one of them literally wrote an album that it was about his exploration of faith. And one of them wrote an album that is about exploration of beef in the industry. Ngbo, who is really beefing and who is not really beefing?
Okay. You guys hold on. You guys hold on. So anyway, for anyone who's watching, if you're watching this or you're watching the replay, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe and share it with your friends. So every Tuesday we're on here and we're talking about the hottest topics, or even if it's not the hottest topic, it is a relevant topic. It is a relevant topic. So when I heard, Andre's the song, I loved, to be honest, everything. But I love also that Kanye said it did, and I love that Andre also put out a statement saying it did not fall into what Kanye wanted. He wanted Christian lyrics that had no cussing and no swearing, and that he didn't know that it was that it was going to be that Kanye was going to be that rigid about that, and
Wait,
he
wait,
had
sorry.
already. Mhm.
So is this like a project that Andre 3000 released or a song?
A song.
It was leaked. It was
It was supposed it was supposed to be on that on Donda's on Donda.
Okay, so but songs on Donda have cursing that was censored out though.
I don't know. I don't know. I just
Me,
know
I've,
that that
I've
was
heard it. Songs on Donda have
and yes, 100%. Actually, they have quite a few curse words.
they have a lot of
But
few.
what I also noticed is he didn't release, like usually, like for example with Drake, right? They would release an explicit version and they would release like a non.
Yes, yes, yeah.
He didn't release an explicit version.
I agree. I agree.
I tried to look for it. I couldn't because I was trying to figure out why you're bleeping out words for me that I'm an adult. But that's besides the point.
No, because he's a Christian, that's why.
There's a question.
And Christians never curse. No one Christian in the history of Christianity have cursed.
She did me, Dr. Kirk Franklin, not just anyways.
No, nobody is not cursed. You did not hear when the Bible said that you cannot sin. That you can don't even let us go into it. Just know that Christians cannot curse. I've never said I know we
No,
don't we didn't
go into it. Go into it. So
no,
anyway,
no.
so gospel music is hot right now as a subject because people are saying, why is Kanye lying? He's not a real Christian. What does it mean he's singing gospel music? People are saying no, but that's not true because through him, some people will come to Christ. Anyway, I think gospel rap hasn't really got to a place where Orthodox Christians see it as holy. What do you think, Jem? You being someone who raps, who's into gospel rap and into gospel music.
I think 100%. I think that's absolutely right. Honestly, one of the main goals for me is to have we would rather sing listen, we rather sing a non a song that's not by a Christian rapper in church than sing a song that is by a Christian rapper in church. Let me give you a great example. There's this song called Joyful Noise from the movie Joyful Noise, right? It has the song Joyful, Joyful, Lord, we adore you. Right?
It's from Sister Act.
It's from Sister Act. This is from Sister Act, right?
Yes.
Sorry.
Lauren Hill sang it.
All right, okay, all right. Yeah, go starting with Drake, and now we're on to Lauren Hill. You're not moving on from this today. Anyways, what I'm saying is that people would rather sing that song and sing the rap part than actually listen or have someone render the rap song in church. I think I was lucky.
Gospel rap.
And gospel rap in church, right? So they rather sing a song that vaguely acknowledges God compared to a song that dives into relationship with God and relationship mostly of people with God. And is just the way it is. I was a little bit lucky because this church I started from, I had kind of had a platform where I could express myself and also help other younger folks also express themselves. HCCNJ, thank you very much if you're watching, anybody. So that was good. I mean, it wasn't like smooth sailing all the way through though, but still, they still kind of give us the benefit of the doubt.
Platform was there.
Right. But I guess me, I'm super close to it. The answer is no. Will he ever get there? Maybe the day before when Jesus comes.
I don't think it will.
I was going to ask you, yeah, what do you think? Me, maybe I'm too close to it. What do you think?
I have a question. I'm very close to this as well because for me, music starts with rap, then everything else. So, um, my question is, do you think because rap is the type like the kind of music rap is it like checks you, like it's not like singing, right? Like when you're writing the lyrics for a song, like usually a gospel lyric is usually like, oh, God is good, his mercy endures forever. You're using Bible scriptures. But rap doesn't necessarily do that. Rap checks you in a way, right? Like, so do you think that because of that
Realness.
realness and rawness of it, do you think that's part of why the church is so, because me, all my kind of gospel music that I listen to, and most times, like you're saying, kinika, purify me, kinika. You get what I mean? You're telling God to warn you.
Right.
Like, you're saying all these things, and we're fine with that.
Right.
Because those lyrics to me are pretty raw. Because me, technically, anyway, you're still saying all those lyrics, right?
Right.
But why is it that if somebody is rapping those same lyrics, why do you have a problem with it? Is it because you feel like you're being attacked? Or is it because you don't like what's the rhythm of the music? Because I'm very biased. I love rap.
I think it's the history. I think it's the history. I think it's the history of rap and the church. Like, imagine 20 years ago. Even if we thought, and this is just, feel free to jump in. Imagine 20 years ago, and even in the Black American church or an African church or something, or even in a Caucasian church, right? And they were talking about people who are doing bad things and shooting each other in the streets, and they would probably talk about rap music. I've listened to like services from years ago, and they're talking about this rap music that's telling people to kill each other. I think there's a kind of there was like a kind of a real strong bias against the maybe that's what's still,
I agree, but then my what's it called rebuttal for that is we've lately churches, and Deolu knows I hate when like gospel musicians do this, or like praise and worship
when they're playing.
You take a rhythm / beat / whatever from a secular music. Secular music that is telling us to and you now take it to go and be God is good. God is good. You are in church and you're going to do good to song. Like telling somebody else. So like it's so
it's there's been this
worse.
Right. There's been this the two things that really got me to like, all right, so I don't think I'm ever gonna make it in terms of music. Like I think I'm at a point where I'm getting to accept that like if I don't make it, it's fine. I have other things that that I feel fulfilled doing. I have a joke. I have other things that I feel fulfilled doing. So like it's okay if I don't make it in terms of music. And to that extent, so it took a long time to come to the realization, and this is why. First thing is there's this like secular guy that on YouTube, I watch a lot of YouTube, and he was diving into the reason why, like, all right, guys, let's reason something. And this is what we should reason. And what we should reason is that of all the music genres, the music genre that should have the most what
I've been trying to change.
to get to this
I've been trying to change the background. The way we were looking, I was like, something is wrong here. We don't always look like this. Okay.
So the person was saying that of all the music genres, right, the ones that should be getting the most place is gospel rap because we already have the most fan base. Like if you're singing secular music now, like it's a diverse fan base. You have R&B, you have people that like this thing. But if you're singing gospel rap, technically
it's just one.
Everybody in this thing should like you. And I mean, we're saying like, okay, maybe it's history, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. But this person literally did not have an answer because they're like, I don't understand why. How and why it's not like, blowing up. There was someone, Johnny Cash didn't really sing, you know,
Johnny was like country music.
it was country music, but most country musicians are like Christians and stuff. It was Johnny Cash and one other guy, and a bigger like musician at that time. I told them that like the reason why you have not blown is because you're still singing music that is not, that you are saying sooner or later God's gonna cut you down, or and the wild wind is in the thorn trees, because you are making all these biblical references. Chance the
Mm.
Rapper, as I mentioned it in the song before, Chance the Rapper is a Christian, but he's not a gospel musician. And he has mentioned in the song that before that like labels tell him to take out the God reference, and just and things like that. That's number one thing that I'm like, all right, so I'm probably not gonna make it in this industry with the kind of way I'm going through to it. Because rap music, especially from where we come from, rap music,
Mm-hmm.
without remove Christianity inside itself, or remove religion inside, rap music is already, people are already biased and
Right.
Christian. People don't already rock or vibe with it the way they do in the Western world here, because it wasn't really a part of our culture per se. So there's already that, and then you now put gospel on top, like bruh, you are doing something to yourself. And then there's another thing. I had this really, really profound moment where ATC again, pastor administered like one of the strongest messages I've ever heard him minister. And then I was doing Uber Eats at that time, and I was driving around, and I don't like old school music, and I turned on the music to listen to Tupac, and I'm telling you, Miss Biodun, it was almost literally word for word what they were saying. I don't know if I
Mm-hmm.
told Onyi that day, right? Because it just seemed to me like an epiphany. Because like, so go to the Bible, go to David, go
Mm.
to Songs of Solomon. These people are dropping bars, like
Yep. Mm-hmm.
ultimate bars. So maybe it's the history, maybe it's the medium, maybe it's what it was based on. I don't understand. I really do not know it. And I've just determined that I'm not gonna dwell too much on it. I'm just gonna
Mm-hmm.
do what I can do, and just
Keep it
just
moving.
just keep it moving. Just keep it
You're just going
moving.
to
That's it.
continue dropping some very, nice work on us. So who said, let's know it now. Who said people are trash on one of your songs?
It's Oyin-Liz, of course. It's
I
Oyin-Liz.
guess. I guess it sounded like somebody else, but I was like,
Wait,
I
really?
think it's Oyin.
I did
Yeah.
not say
No,
people
no,
are
it sounded like
trash.
her.
No,
It
no, wait,
sounded
wait.
like
I said people are
Wait,
trash. I said
and
people are trash.
let me clarify. This was a conversation. He
yeah.
said, by the way, this song is about how people are
I
trash.
trash.
And
And
you
you
just
said,
proved my point. And I said, well, you're trash. So,
which is even worse. Okay.
So
So,
let me explain my way out of it, right? Let me explain my way out.
mhm.
I really thought
Let's
about
go.
editing it to make it clearer, but
No, I love
but
it.
so the reason why I thought about editing it
Mm.
to make it clearer is this, because like the the whole point of the song is like, please don't kill my vibe. Or that's the name of the song, right? And it's about like how people kind of or maybe like come for each other and like antagonize each other a little
Yeah.
bit. But then the main point is that, and why I love the ending part, apart from the fact that my beautiful, beautiful girlfriend is on it, and little Easter egg for every of my
Yes.
EP. She always has in what's the name of this one? Um,
oh,
in my first EP too, she said some nonsense on it, but that one was more cute. But anyways, what I'm saying is that I like, it was cute
now
and
I
cuddly.
must
This one
charge
is
you.
weird.
Do you know how much Kanye we pay me?
Dude,
For
I
Okay,
give
moving
you
on.
I
do
give
you
you
know how much
royalties on the
you pay me?
song, though. I give you royalties on the song, and trust me, you can get paid whenever. All right, so back to the point that I'm saying, right? Is
Mm-hmm.
the point that like anybody can be trash, and we are all just trying to get on with it and keep it moving. That's why I really like the like just the back and forth. The premise is that I said, "Babe, do you want to say something on the song?" And then that's what started the whole commotion. And then I tabon, and I refused to accept my tabonism. And then she's like, "Oh, this." He literally did not speak the correct English, and then that's I'm like, But I
Okay.
said, bad trash and stuff.
Okay, so we're looking forward to more. We're looking forward to more music from you. I don't really, I refuse to believe that you're not going to make it in this industry. Or let me put it this way: maybe you mean you're not going to make it in the contemporary industry, but we know that it doesn't mean you're not going to make it when it comes to music. I think people evolve, and people just get better and better. And I'm looking forward to that with you and with your music. I feel like for music or for anything else, the time comes. Maybe now is not the time when people are looking for that sound per se, but then there's a time when people are hungry for that sound, and then it starts. And so I want to be able to say, yes, I was one of the first people that listened to Leno, and I'll be like carrying shoulder up because of that. So we're moving on to a
And
topic
then a
that is
couple of years, sorry,
sad.
and then a couple
Mhm.
of years in the future, you can't buy tickets to my show
Yes, you'll
because
be in O2 shouting. When you will be at the side doing like this.
I'll pull a whiskey.
Oh my Lord.
All
So
right,
let's
moving on,
see.
moving on.
Let's see. So moving on, the next thing we're going to talk about is, it's sad, but at the same time, I don't know how to feel. But if you're watching this, guys, I don't know if you know who Jean-Pierre Adams is, but he used to be a footballer when he was younger. How do French people call it? I think it's Jean-Pierre
Jean-Pierre.
Adams. Yeah.
Perrier.
So
Perrier.
um, he used to be a footballer, one of the first African
Oh, yeah.
Black footballers to play for France. Very good. His wife was Caucasian, which wasn't very common then. There was just a lot with that. But he was very good. People loved him, was well loved. He had an injury with his knee. You know how football can be. And then he got anesthesia.
Yeah,
Is that how it's pronounced?
yeah,
And
yeah,
then
anesthesia,
uh,
anesthetic.
and from there he went into a coma, been in that coma for almost 40 years, 39 years,
9 years.
and then he died a few days ago. And over the years, like, we've been following this story, not following it, but every time it came up, I would check to see if it was. I think a part of me always just wondered, like, when is this woman going to take this man off life support? Off, when is she going to, like,
Not to be,
yeah, yeah, okay.
whatever, sympathetic, but I'd be empathetic then. Who is paying for this? Who was paying for this life support?
I'm not sure, but that's a good question.
Because
Um, that's a good question. And by life support, I'm not even sure if he was on the regular life support that we know, but he was in a coma. And I know being in a coma, everything else is not functioning, right? So they need to, like, be doing things to you to make sure nothing, right,
Goes
shuts
wrong. Yeah,
down
yeah.
or something. I'm not a medical student, so I don't really know so much. But I just know over the years, I would always just wonder, like, and then and then finally it happens this year, and he died of old age because he was 73 or thereabout.
Mm.
So basically she had been married 52 years.
was she married?
Most of that, yeah.
Was she married 52 years?
Well, she was married. She was married, right? So why I even brought up this issue is, um when I hear people, the comments are always mixed, because people say, "Oh, she was such a good woman. Oh, she was such a strong woman. Oh, I want a wife like this." And in my mind, I'm thinking, I don't know about that. What do you guys think?
No, absolutely not. Yeah,
I should ask Jem. Oh,
Onika,
God
you will
forbid.
not put me on life
God
support.
forbid it.
absolutely not.
You will not.
I
You will go
don't
outside and get my ghost will haunt you. Let me just tell you.
think.
I will follow you wherever you go.
You will follow her, but nobody will see you.
She will see me.
Okay, well,
Sorry, yeah, go. Sorry.
I think that there's a level of emotional and mental just distraught and like I'm looking for the right word that will come with me leaving my husband on life support for 39
Very
years.
nice.
Like I'm having to raise my kids or our children or our child by myself while taking care of my husband for 39 years. Money that could have been used to invest in our kids' future is going into him being on life support for 39 years. I'm drawing out and pulling out and giving him everything I have emotionally, mentally, physically to have him on life support for 39 years. And then he now died on top of it. I must have died with him at that point.
But he has to die at some point. He's 73.
Oh, that's my point. So that's that. In high school, I think it was my freshman year. I wrote this paper on euthanasia. Like that was when I think it was
Mercy
Texas
killing.
or yeah that was trying to pass a law. It was something at the time and like it was so big. And I remember I was for it. And I remember like a lot of students were looking at me like, oh my God, you are messed up something. But no, like the way I see it, right, is like somebody that has cancer, they're going to die. Especially if it's like stage 4.
Advanced.
There's nothing they can do about it. And it's so sad, right? And it's the worst possible pain anybody can feel.
Uh-huh.
But at the same time, why would I want that person to keep feeling
Keep
that
feeling
pain?
it.
Keep like it was pretty much dead for 39 years and you kept him sustained.
Because she had faith, which is the next level I'm getting to, right? Where and we are all believers, right? All three of us are believers. Last time I checked. If you guys have, let me know.
No, we have
If you guys have abdicated, let me know. But the last time I checked, we're all believers. So I guess the main question for me with this issue was where is the line? Where do you stop faith? Where do you stop faith in it and say, I'll let this person go? Have you ever, Jem? This question is for you. Have you ever been in a situation where you're like, I have faith, I have faith, I have faith in you, and then for some reason you're like, you know what, I'm going to let this thing go. Like, was there ever something like that?
Well, I've been in a situation where I'm like, I have it, I have it, I have it, and I didn't let it go, and it technically didn't work out. Not like it didn't work out, but like I didn't
Why do I
get
feel
what
like what?
was.
I feel like it's a go.
It's not a gay. It's not a gay.
Okay, I think I saw grill. Was it a grill?
Grill can torí Ọlọ́run ìwọ ni grill.
Okay, let me go and check.
Bring your 90 oil. Bring your 90 oil. No, it wasn't a girl. It was getting admission, and I
Okay.
don't even know if I can talk about it, but I'm gonna talk about it. It's fine. I was gonna get an admission into college back home in Nigeria, and then I'd gone through like this program that sets you up to get into a better position to get that. So met a couple of people there, knew someone, some legwork and all that, and I didn't make the cutoff. I didn't make the cutoff. The story for another day, but let's just say I didn't make the cutoff. Maybe it does involve a girl.
Da, 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 da.
Anyway,
I said
so
it.
I didn't make the cutoff. I didn't make the cutoff, but I really, really believed in my heart that, like, you know what, I'm gonna get into the course that I'm gonna get. This is the hey, yeah, yo. This is the course that this is the course. It was medicine, medical school in Nigeria. One of the most competitive things that anybody could ever want to do
My
back home in
son is a
Nigeria.
doctor.
My
My daughter is a
my
doctor.
mom really wanted doctor. So in my heart, they're like, so they called me, the people that I knew through Legwork called me, they're like, dude, you're not good. The chance that you make it to medical school is like it's like 0.1%.
Percent.
Yeah. But there's something we could do for you is that
Mm,
pick biochemistry or microbiology.
mm.
Everybody knows that. Everybody that knows the medicine, that's what they go into microbiology.
Or computer science.
Computer science or something. No, this one is for microbiology because we go to microbiology after first year, then you can transition. That's what I was
Mm-hmm.
told. So they're like, we can help you work it to get to microbiology. You have a higher chance to get to microbiology or biochem or any of these things. But the thing is, like, if after I get to biochem, I don't make it, and I keep going. What am I gonna use a biochem degree for? Lecture, teach, what? Teach where? Who do I know that is this thing? So, but I wasn't even thinking about that. Honestly, what I was thinking was, I have faith in my heart. I want to be a doctor. My mother said I'll be a doctor, so call me professor every single day of my life. So it means that this doctor, I must be it.
I
So
must be.
doctor is what I must be. My exam score was above average,
Mm-hmm.
and the program that I'm doing, I was like a little bit above average, but like you need to get this thing. Anyways, cut the long story short, I didn't make it. I ended up in faculty of agriculture, so science. That's what they threw me inside. Yes, but the
Very,
thing
very
is,
relevant to this world
very
that we're in
relevant.
right now. Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, it actually worked out. My whole music and creative journey and meeting God and actually meeting God started from me being in that place. If I wasn't in that place,
Wow.
I'm telling, if I had made medicine, right? eh,
Probably won't be here right now.
Right. I wouldn't have met Onyi because I wouldn't have been in this country because I'd be like, okay, I'm fine. I don't need to come here to do
I'm a
medicine.
doctor. I
I'm
don't
good.
need to.
I'm a
I
doctor.
don't.
I wouldn't have met you. Like all the people in my life right now, I won't know them. Maybe I'll meet somebody else. We don't know. But
Yeah,
I'm saying like, did it work out in the end? Did it not work out in the end? I'm not
worked
sure.
out for good. Yeah,
I'm
you're
not.
not sure. Okay,
No, I'm
it
not. I
worked
like. I'm
out.
saying like,
Okay.
I don't know how it
Yeah,
went, but I really really held on to it. And babe, if anything happened, please let me go. Like, no, it's okay. I've
God
done
forbid.
enough.
It's not. No, it's not yet. I will. Please, is it
I think
me or
when
is
he's
Liz?
frozen.
Is Liz frozen?
I think it's what I said.
Liz,
It froze her up.
Liz. Yeah, to this girl.
Maybe
What is she
maybe I
like
frozen
frozen
her.
there? Is she frozen on purpose? Because I can't
No,
put
no,
it
no,
past her.
no.
Okay,
She's
so
not
I
that
can
petty. She's
just
not that
trust
petty.
her.
She's not that
Okay,
petty.
okay. So let's see.
But
Hmm.
let's see,
So
babe.
that's your faithing story, right?
Yeah, but I say that to say that like, but you guys understand that like there's a thing to not wanting to let go, right? Like, I don't. It might not even be about faith. It might just be a thing of like,
Bear with me.
oh, you're back.
Internet troubles in the
You
village
were
that
frozen like
I
She's
am.
still
she's
she
in the
was like that.
village. So, babe. So I don't know if you can hear me. I said like, if anything like that ever happened to me, please let me go. I've done enough. You move
It won't happen.
forward.
No, I would want to be let go.
But what I'm saying is that, but you people can understand the extent of like wanting
Mhm.
to hold on to faith. I said that story because like I really, really thought I was gonna get in. Like I really, really believe it with all my heart. Like
Mhm.
Mhm.
maybe it wasn't even faith, but the fact that like you don't know what they've been through. This is the
Like,
first interracial couple in this thing, right?
Not the first, but yeah, like it
Yeah,
was a
but the
time
people
when
in yeah.
it was
it
a
was
time when
because he's Senegalese. The man was Senegalese. It was French
yeah,
Senegalese.
hmm
I believe she was French, like white French.
yeah, she was white
Was
French.
this was in the 70s?
No, this was early. Wait. Whenever people call a date, to me, it's not far. So
True.
probably yes. So
Yeah, it should have
probably
been
it
in
was in
70s because
yeah, this was
1880
probably in
something
the
is when it
70s.
happened
Yeah.
and they've probably been
Yeah.
dating since then. So you guys don't think so? You don't think like
No,
it's?
no, no,
I
no.
think
I
it's even
agree.
deeper than faith. Maybe it's deeper than faith.
No,
I
for me, you go, Liz.
I agree. And I think that I'm glad I mentioned that it might not be faith, right? Because sometimes we tend to hold on to things in the name of faith, right? I am,
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
but what has God said? Did God say that? If God has told
Mm.
you to move from it, move from it. You
Mm.
get what I mean? Because God doesn't play. He's not like, He doesn't toy with our emotions, He doesn't toy with our feelings.
mm.
So if this was faith and if this is faith, God would have given her a message at some point.
Mm. Mm.
That's what I believe.
That's what you believe.
5 years, 10 years, 15, 20, all the way till 39 years.
Almost 40 years.
Mm.
Do you really think that? Do you really? I don't think God would. pull anybody on a string like that.
That's what I'm saying. That I'm not even sure if it's faith, but like
I don't
I'm
think
saying it from a point. Maybe it's her emotions. Maybe she just couldn't let go.
Yeah, I think that was what happened.
I
I think
believe her emotions,
I think
which
she was. Mhm. Okay, you go, Liz.
is troublesome. Like,
It's troubling, right? I feel like she was so in love.
mhm.
She was so in love with him that just the idea of letting him go when there was the possibility that he would wake up one day,
And right.
she just could not process it. I'm not in her heart. I can't see what, but I'm sure there must have been people who would have said, "Are you sure it's okay for him to be like this?
Mhm.
Maybe
His
stop doing
family.
this." I've never heard of his family. Like,
Sure,
His family.
it's
Maybe
very
their
possible
kids.
because back then, like he probably just randomly ended up in France, honestly.
yeah,
'Cause-
no, because most times, like, the way Anglophone, like Nigerians, and the way we always come to the United States, the UK, is the way they go to France. Francophone countries, they would naturally go to France because if they came here, they would have to learn English.
That's true.
yeah,
But if they go there, they just have to blend,
True.
So it's always been the thing for them to go there
yeah.
instead. I think Liz, I think you're right. Like Liz can't just, she can't just compute it in her mind why it would take that long. But you know what? People process things so differently. And some people have
Yes.
such strong minds.
Yes.
Like
I have a question
strong
though.
minds.
I know we're saying that it might be our emotions, it might be faith, but could it have been that she's just one of those again, you people, I have heart too. It's not that I don't have heart. could it
Crayfish.
could it be that she's just one of those humans that feels like which is the whole idea behind euthanasia, right? And why a lot of people would not do it.
That
They
life is
feel like they're
precious.
taking somebody's life.
It could be. It could be. She
There's
could
that
be.
too.
Yeah, she could
Because I
be.
feel like if they are not giving her the option of keeping him putting him on life support. No, I'm just saying like in general.
Okay.
Like imagine like the doctors were like, yeah, there's honestly nothing we can do for him. We're not going to give you the option of life support, right?
Mm-hmm. Or we're not going to we're not going to keep giving you whatever it is that will keep him
Right.
in a coma.
Something like that. Do you think that she would
She
have
would have taken the same thing.
been the same?
Nice. If she had not been given the option, or if the
If she had not been
option
given
had
the
not been put in her hand.
I
right.
don't know.
So
Mm.
because I just feel like there's so many levels to it. Like
There's many levels.
their
But
child
then for
has to
40
grow up.
years, though, 40 years is too long to.
40 years is long. And
That's what
their
I
child
really think is
has to
emotion.
grow up going to see a dead father every single time.
I know.
That has to be the most traumatic.
Do they have kids?
They had a
I'm not
daughter, I
sure.
believe. Yeah, they
Yes.
had a daughter.
I never even. But
She
people grew up in unique situations, and I don't even want to, I know we're still going to talk about KOB villains. I feel like we'll be talking about KOB for a while. But it also for me, it also because the story was what happened was that hospital they were on strike. Like some nurses or doctors were on strike.
Yeah, that's why they made the error with her.
That
that's
was
who's
why they and that was why they made that error. And we all three of us have people in the medical industry or working in the health industry, and we know how they are overused. No matter how the professions are praised, we know that what they give cannot be compared to what they get. What they give, what they sacrifice, cannot be compared to what they get back in return
Especially the people
monetarily.
that are doing the work.
Especially, I'm not talking about people that are signing paper, people that are doing the work,
I'm
doing
not
the
even
work.
talking about the doctors, it's about the nurses I'm talking
The
about.
nurses, like
That's
my
really
mom being a
heavy.
nurse, I understand,
right.
what it's like for everybody to call out and then for only two nurses to be there and they are struggling with all kinds of craziness. It is insane, and it's so easy for somebody to make a mistake
That's
in
so
that. Look at this COVID period and what they all went through, and they would go home to their families praying their families wouldn't get sick, and they would come back the next day because people are like, oh, the person should have been punished. I think it took 10 years before some action was taken. But I'm just like, that could happen to anybody.
Right.
Okay,
That could happen to anyone, literally. Anyway, so any final words on the issue? On the issue?
Um,
No, no.
not really.
it's,
KOB. Eh?
I
Jem, are you ready? Open your
can
eyes. Open your eyes.
I
Open
think
your eyes.
Liz has something to say about this thing.
Okay.
you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
we're waiting for you.
Yeah. I think that people need to start, and it's funny because it's not funny, but it's funny because I recently heard of a person that a family member died, and they insisted that the family member like is not dead. Like they have been praying. I believe I read it somewhere. Like they had been praying continuously that the family member would wake up,
Mm-hmm.
and this family member is dead.
So they just left the body there and they're praying on top.
Yes,
How long?
it's going on a month now, I believe, and I think if we're gonna say we're doing,
If I'm the one that has got to heaven, I've been in heaven for 1 month. And you will bring
you know
me
what
back.
to bring me back.
Whoa. Whoa.
I just saw a
Never done.
pastor like that. I did something like that. He said he was gonna come back on the third day, and they asked his church members to bury.
Yeah, they
They had
died.
to, yeah, he died inside. They had to go call the cops to come out to arrest all the people and remove his.
I don't know why they're arresting those people. That nothing.
But why are they arrested? Did they put him inside?
That's what
Yes, they put him inside. Yes, the church members.
He's the one that said, challenge me. I'll come back
Yeah.
and do this.
They should have made him sign what's it called?
I know. What do they call it? What did they call?
Not NDA, the other one.
Not NDA. This I don't know what to. If anything happens, it's me. Oh.
Yeah. So, babe, where are you gonna land? Where are you gonna land?
What I was just gonna say is I think people need to start, and it's hard, right?
It's hard.
When we're dealing with emotions, it's a whole different. But I think people need to start understanding how to differentiate between emotions, letting God work, and faith. Like I have faith that I will be healed. And if I'm not healed, then there must be a reason. Like there's nothing I can physically do to change it. And this is a lot coming from me with big mouth. Me that I'm always crying every other day. But that's it's the point. But I think that we as humans, we need to figure out how to, and it's not easy, right? But we need to figure out how to be emotional and when to be realistic. Like emotions run everything. And this has nothing to do with somebody being a woman or a man. All that one is stolen. Because I've met men that are genuinely like emotional. And I've met women that are also just as emotional. So it's just knowing how to deal with things. And our culture does not prepare us for grief. Like grief is a whole different like part of mental health that nobody talks about.
True.
Our culture does not prepare us. Me, my grief is quick. I don't think about it. I'm fine. Is that how to deal with grief? No, but it helps me, it keeps me sane, right? And I know people that posting about it is what helps them. And I know some other people that crying about it, that's what helps them.
I'm crying about it on the internet. Maybe that's
I'm crying on the internet, that's what helps them. I just think that there's so much, because to me,
Miss Biodun, you're muted.
Yeah, you're muted.
You're muted. Miss Biodun has gone into.
Sorry, I was saying I cannot understand people who hold their phones and do live and they are crying while they are like. Because if I try, the moment the phone gets in front of me, the tears will dry up. I don't know how to do it. Yeah.
But the point of the story that I'm trying to make is I think for his wife, I think it was way more than, oh, she was in love. I definitely think that there was a portion of just what she was feeling that was not knowing how to deal with the grief, or just deal with the fact that he was not going to be there. And that was her way of dealing with him. Like, he's just there. That's what that matters. As long as he's physically there, that's fine. So I just think that there is so much that can be taken from this that it's unfortunate that he did not come alive. I really feel bad for her. But at the same time, I feel like if this man had come alive at some point after this miracle in here. You get what I mean? But who do we want to give this miracle to? Because is it God miracle?
God gets all the glory. Who do you want to give it to? Is it science?
I don't know. Please. Witchcraft is not her side.
I can't laugh.
Maybe his man come back as Akuda Yara is walking around as in When was the last time they were talking about masquerade? Maybe it's around that the man come back as
You know what I was imagining? and I, we've stopped talking about this guy, right? We've stopped talking about this person because I don't want it to be like we're being offensive with what I want to say next. So we said R.I.P. to Mr. Adams. R.I.P. to him. I feel like for him, his journey has ended. And for his wife, she's just going to start to go through another phase of her journey. Because once we're alive,
I hope she survives it.
No, I feel like she will. It's just going to take some. She seems like a very strong person.
I have another theory, but it's I don't know if I can say it. Do people?
I'm
players,
scared.
I'm scared too. The players still. Okay, all right.
The players. Yes,
The players still get paid, even though they're not currently playing for the team.
The kind of contracts that they sign.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. I will stop it at that.
This was also in the 70s. So, and it was a black man.
But the hospital would probably be paying.
Huh?
The hospital that made the mistake would probably be paying.
Yeah,
but then he could have died and they will still pay either ways. I'm saying like I think people listen. If anybody gets what I'm saying in the comments, say in the comment. I'll come on.
I get where you're going with this. I get where you're going.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to this king of
I don't think so. But anyways, next.
I don't know. So
R.I.P. and we're sorry about your loss.
Is there R.I.P? Okay. So I was just imagining a couple, right? And then the guy goes through something, and maybe he has amnesia or he's unconscious for a while, is very sick, and then the wife has to take care of him for so long, and then eventually he's okay. And I cannot imagine the next time they have a misunderstanding. And it's a Nigerian woman. You.
That's it. You have to shake it
after everything I've done for you. After the way I was me by myself, I was washing your body. So instead of washing your body, I'll be sweating.
I think that's one of the reasons why no man in no African or Nigerian man would allow that, because that once you come out of it like this, you are indebted to that person. No,
you're like forever. But you know what?
I think that Nigerian man will probably file for a divorce after that.
He will. He probably will.
Like straight up. Like
probably will.
I would rather pay spousal support.
I have to hear about this, because if I break up, if anything that I do,
there's nothing you can do. If you'll be crucified either way. If you say you're not doing it again, people will say, after everything that woman sacrificed.
That's fine. Yeah, but look here, because
you know what? Is there something wrong with our version of love as Nigerians?
Yes. I thought you knew this. Why are we asking this question?
No, I did not know this.
When you wake up in the morning and you call somebody my jollof rice, she is not supposed to know. The way our women profess love is that you are not serious, you are a goat. Look at you. You're not even fine. That's the way they tell you that they care about you. Something is wrong with the way you say that.
Oh my God.
Many
that
things
is
is wrong. We all need rehabilitation. Honestly.
Therapy 101 is
Therapy
what
101
Nigeria
like
needs.
me.
That should be the new name of the country, therapy.
so
How
funny.
to cite.
It's we are a case. Yes, there's something wrong with it. Why are we even at discuss? This is not even a discussion.
Okay.
Everybody knows
Okay.
this.
Okay, everybody knows. Okay, so moving on. Do we still have time for KOB or should we
Yes,
make it next
I
week?
go.
You have
Okay,
time. You have
we have
time.
time. Okay.
I want to
So
hear about this KOB this thing.
KOB villains. Let's talk about all the. So I think KOB has 80% villains in it, right?
Actually, everybody's villain. Even vice president is villain. Even Bishop is villain. The Bishop, which one was it? Bishop,
Reverend.
whichever
The
one.
most
I
Reverend.
have a bone to pick with you, these people's KOB.
What happened?
It's not realistic.
Okay.
Okay.
I told Oyin-Liz too. I did not watch it, but I watched her watching it. So technically, I watched it.
You you didn't watch it, but you watched that watching.
I watched
Okay.
her watching it. So technically, I watched
Mhm.
it. And the first issue that I have is that, first of all, it's not realistic. How will the woman become the governor of Lagos State? It's not even like sharp man or sharp person or something. Become the governor of Lagos State. In this Nigeria that we are inside. Like,
You're not
it can
inside
never happen.
Nigeria.
And
It's fiction.
that's part of the point of the show.
It's fiction. That is it fiction? It's fiction, Abby?
It is a fiction show.
I mean, I'm not saying like it's like sci-fi. That's what I want to say. Sci-fi. It's like
Fantasy.
Avengers.
You mean fantasy?
It's not fantasy, sci-fi. It's like Avengers movie where they store and they are shooting thunder. That's the kind of thing that
It's actually more realistic than you think.
it's actually more realistic.
It's actually way more realistic than I think a lot of Nigerians want to accept. It's very, very possible for a woman to be the one running men.
She might not be in the front,
I think that's what I was gonna say. I think most
but
are run by.
Yeah.
What would you say, Liz? What would you say is the most unrealistic? Like if you love KOB, but what would you say was a part that your brain could not slide? You know how when something is realistic, your brain just slides with the program. But when it's unrealistic, there's kind of like a jerk, like a glitch in your mind. So what was like the most unrealistic part for you?
I think the fact that they let her come back alive from the United States. That's the Trono.
That was so the whole thing was unrealistic for you then.
No.
If I would come back.
No. Let me say this. The whole thing was actually very realistic.
Mm-hmm.
If she was allowed to come back to Nigeria.
But this.
But the Nigeria that I know.
The Nigeria that you know that allowed their governor to go to another country, in that country, to escape them after doing nonsense, dressed as a woman, put fake boobs in, tied wrapper.
Was she a governor?
Nigeria that you know.
Was she a governor? Was she not a Baba Saleh that everybody was holding something to? The president himself, even after she returned, wanted to evacuate her life. Please.
Okay, you know what? You're right, you have a point. But at the same time, we do it all the time.
We do.
We do it. We do it all the. In fact, as we're speaking now, somebody's doing it. It's Nigeria we're talking about.
I just can't think of anything that was unrealistic. Because to be fair, everything was very like from the use of traditional medicine to sis was not only she was Christian, she was Muslim.
She kept saying this.
And every way that this mommy was she was bringing I've gone to market. The one time in my entire life that I've been to market ever in my entire life, I met this one Yaloja. She went from Jesus Christ to Allah to what to do? I be with Sheba when she was Oshun.
She did like
all free was like this cocoa in ring. That one was realistic. Makanaki going to Barbara, very realistic. Who else? Them killing, what's his name? Malay. I think that was the most real, and I was so upset because I already guessed that they were going to kill his kids. But the fact that they actually executed the action, I was just like, you people. They really just join different like governor boys and just. That's why in the beginning of the show, every episode they say this is not realistic. This is a. They say let us get my identity back. So let me save my life. And my life.
Save my life, save the life of my children, save my career.
I like think that even the news reporter. Oh no that will pay me. No.
Do you even have to say you should have said spoiler alert when you're saying before?
If you have not watched it by now,
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. That will pay me. No. But you know what? That was the most realistic part of it.
Realistic. True.
That was so because that's the only person that would take the fall. And a woman that used to be a prostitute that miraculously, of course,
Very realistic.
that was very extremely
Very realistic because you need some run skills to be able to hold some of these people in place.
And her husband defaulting on national TV, even way more real.
And her mother-in-law, very realistic.
Oh. Her mother-in-law kept her there. She be her mother-in-law even for her mouth to tell her with British English. I can't hear. I said, wow. Hey, no, don't let us fight. Don't let us jam mother-in-law. I kept.
No, from the moment she, you remember, like, spoiler alert too. From the moment she went to visit her mother-in-law and she knelt down, I said,
You know what got me? Auntie said, beg. I said, huh?
And then from the moment she knelt, I said, okay, so this is the principality
and the power.
I beg. Yeah? No. That mommy that acted that, no. She deserves, all of them deserve Oscar, in fact, because
they did good, I mean.
No, they killed it. Wait, can we talk about Makanaki? I just want to say that I had guessed it. Because one thing I trust King, she's very loyal.
Mm-hmm.
And she does not play with loyalty. Like, that's the only thing. If you really want to be in that woman's heart, that's the only thing. Because even her daughter, when her daughter was Adesu was the one that played her daughter in the first movie. That wasn't her biological daughter. But because of the loyalty, she treated that girl better than her son that was unloyal to her. So I just knew, like from the beginning, I was like, yeah, Makanaki can be dead. Yeah. Like even when they ended it, I was like, this woman has a plan. I just can't figure it out in my head. So when what's Tall Giraffe's name?
Tall Giraffe.
Tall Giraffe. What's a Tall Giraffe?
Her bodyguard.
Ade Tiger.
Ade Tiger. Tiger! You want no shilling. Oh my God. No. I was like, come on.
So who was your favorite villain in all of them?
Makanaki, man, please. That man was
same here. Same here.
Mm-hmm. Like he sacrificed not having children to get revenge. That's the level of just devilness you have to be.
But I that part also made me think. I just tried to enter into Kemi's brain for a moment. I was like, did she add that part to satisfy the people that they can't watch any movie that Babalawo is not involved? Or did she really think that it fits the narrative of, and I'm talking about the parts where they say, for you to do this, you're not going to have any children because once that child hits 4 years old.
The devil,
yeah.
I think it's realistic.
I think it's 100% realistic. In Ilorin, somewhere in Ilorin that I grew up in, I knew politicians that were running for local governments.
Mm-hmm.
That they go and Jagbala. That sacrifice.
Well, Ilorin is a hot place now. You had primary school kids already. You had primary school kids already chopping things.
Pew, shots fire.
I just bring stuff for example. Let's be calming down, please. We also produce the biggest pastors in Nigeria. So calm down.
And because
Come for
and
our
because
Ondo States. These
and
are
because
those states person
no,
coming
no,
for
no,
a lorry
no,
person.
no, hold on.
I'm saying you.
And it is because God knows the level of earring 30
No,
fisile
the
that
lorry is
he started bringing the big girls. That's why you have people like Adegboye, you have people like you have all kinds of
think all
people.
of them they're from Lorry.
And that's why, because the soil itself recognizes what you people have done in your
Ah,
life.
no, they
And
don't.
that's why you start having.
But the point I'm trying to make is 100%.
Okay.
No politicians in the White House. I said White House in the House of Assembly. I mean, what do they call it in Nigeria?
House of
I don't
Assembly.
know.
House of Assembly. One play he late president in
Aso
You
Rock.
know, also
That's so rock. We
The
know
work is
that
done.
like what's it been conjure, what's it been come me. Let's even leave politicians. People in our family members.
I know, we are all clear.
Okay, that's fine.
yes, we are all Christians. That's it. That's what I
That's
say.
fine. In
Yes.
my own family members, we know what power we fought. Please, please. I think, and one thing, and I for me was very significant that she put that in there because it also shows the reality of it all, right?
Mm.
You have to give something significant. After
Yeah,
it
you
itself, so
sacrifice.
he made a blood sacrifice. Like it wasn't like, oh, this is like oral, like no, this was a blood covenant.
Mm-hmm.
You have to give something.
Mm-hmm. True.
So
True.
I'm even surprised they didn't take it to the extent of like bringing. I thought they would have asked for like somebody in his family had to die, or he would have to die at a certain age. But I think that was lenient. No, these gods, Mogbedi from I want go. They're calm. They just not.
You know.
No, they've gone through the pandemic and they're like, you know what, a lot has happened. We've chopped these people. Let's just calm
Everything.
down.
No,
Chop
I'm trying.
Let's calm down.
But yeah, absolutely. Makanagi is oh my god, definitely. I also think he embodied that performance.
Did.
It was,
I've always liked him though. He has always been like a favorite for me.
yeah,
He just has swag.
he has it.
He
Like
has like Yoruba swag.
whatever it is, he has it. Like
Yes, yeah, true. Okay.
How about for you, Miss
Okay,
Biodun?
so
Who's
we
your
talked about
favorite villain?
KOB. What did you say, Jem Jem?
Who's your favorite villain?
Oh, my favorite villain was the Reverend. Oh,
really,
my favorite because that guy, that guy, he really,
no,
he really,
he used
he
them.
played them. He
No,
used their
he
head.
really,
He
no.
really,
He really,
and
really
was collecting money on every side,
left, right,
collecting money.
center.
Yeah, it
And
was
you
really,
can't
really
forget
using them.
to defend it. Come on. That's how you
And
do
it,
ministry, my dear.
and it also, and it also, and it also kind of shows like how easily the church can be.
Fool, for lack of better term.
It's
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
how
yes, yes, yes.
no, I didn't even want to say food. Hey Lydia, thank you for your comment. I didn't even want to say food, right? I wanted to say how easily they can become politicized,
Mm.
and how it depends on whoever is at the helm of the ship, if they can stay the course. Because think about it, you have a church that you know is so big that and you as a pastor, whatever, if you say God said it's this person, trust
That person. Mm-hmm.
everyone will vote for
Mm-hmm.
that person. And the politicians know that you have that power. So
Mm-hmm.
if you don't guard it jealously, which he tried to do,
I don't think.
he tried to do it, but the fact that he had a secret, you can't throw stones in the market,
Person had to tag.
you
Yeah,
know,
that's yes.
and
Um.
that was what any any non-African would be like, what did he just say? Interesting in the market. But hi
And as when
everyone.
you throw stone at Walmart, you don't know, maybe like a
Yes,
family member
yeah.
is
So
inside.
you can't throw stones in Disneyland without it hitting a baby. That's
Yeah.
the whitest. That's
That
the
one is even
whitest
that far.
translation. That's
That
the
was like,
whitest
please, I have a
translation.
question that is related to this thing I'm talking about.
What?
Why is it that this King of Boys, this thing, and like the whole, the corruption and the biasness of
Sir,
the
before you
of
go further, there was no corruption.
there's corruption.
Qua-
There's corruption.
We
Corruption.
don't do corruption, my dear.
What
We
what
don't
did
do.
they not do?
We
We
don't do.
have multiple streams of businesses.
Okay.
Legalized multiple streams of income.
It's not only legalized.
And we
Let me.
give back to our community by building houses for women that are being abused, by fighting men that are abusing women, by saving kids on the streets.
And using the same women
And,
for
and we
for
and we
money
buy
ritual.
we
No, no,
buy
no.
we
We
buy
did not use that.
and
We
we,
don't do ritual, my dear.
and we use the money
How did they not get the
we
power?
use
What's
the
the power that
money
they
we
get?
dig
Oh,
borehole. We use money we dig
come on
borehole,
to teach
and
our
the day
community.
that they remove us, we remove the borehole with tickets.
Period.
How many
Period.
people fell inside this bowl and sacrifice?
First of all, before you continue, Mommy King of Boys, she did not do any of that. She was like, honestly, the only way she was able to get away,
Yeah.
again, spoiler, the only way she was able to get away
Well,
with everything that she did, she was very specific with the rules. No kids, no family, and if you're going to help, you're going to help.
help
Like,
the poor.
that was her
Help
number
the poor.
one rule because she was an orphan. Like she was the streets. That was what I was trying to explain to Deolu. Like when it was I said no, she was the street.
Okay, she had lived every level of that street. She knew she wasn't trying to fake it. She's not,
No,
you know how some of these rappers they are like in high school, they're like,
wasn't
somebody has shot me 9 times, and you're like, nobody has shot you 9 times.
but never anyway.
So it's a tie between the Reverend and Are. I really see that point where the governor's wife tried to like seduce Are,
I
and
was
he was like,
impressed.
oh my god, I was like,
I
yes,
was impressed.
because women always think all men must fall to seduction, and not all men.
I'm glad
That's not all men are looking for.
I want to say this though. I think Kemi's play on feminism in this show was top notch. Because
I'm waiting for you to justify that.
this statement that you just made,
Mhm.
some feminists would have said that. No, what do you mean? What do you mean? No.
Are you trying to say?
Do you get what I mean? It's about
You're right.
whatever. But that was the point.
Mm.
She was trying to get this man that can give birth to her to have sex with her while she was married.
Is that the worst? While he's in prison.
No, was he in prison? That was also a really good.
Exactly, and that was very realistic. And then having peanuts in that scene.
And it wasn't good that she asked for stout. She said, this was her. He said,
Same.
Kilo femu. He said, yes. But we'll fridge and see if there's any minerals. That part of minerals.
This person was in a prison.
He was in some kind of prison.
He was in a prison, but the prison gate was open.
And there was bed, and there was TV.
And there was fridge.
Security, there was fridge, there was food.
Oh.
You just can't leave the prison. So the police officer
Julie is just hungry.
I can't help myself. She looks so good today. I already like hailed her earlier. It's because you're on the live this that's why I can't say anything. Sorry,
the police now turned and said, sir, there's no minerals, there's only stouts. He was like, stouts in Kolowa. My dear, I love when he does that. Because he's trying to figure out if it should be nice to her or mean.
I know, like he had this vibe, like
because he knew, you know what, and that's the difference, right?
I think. Do you think he knew her background and he was just like?
No, I don't think it was anything about her background. I think it was about her. You would know a strong woman when you meet a strong woman, but you will also know a woman that is trying to make up for being strong when you meet a woman that is trying to be her husband's mother. She was trying to,
True.
no,
But wait, when you even talk about that, like let's be honest. The kind of person that her husband was needed that kind of wife. Maybe not as evil as she was, but
I think he needed a strong woman. I don't think he needed somebody that was overly ambitious. Because I think the kind of person he needed, because he didn't want any of this. He's doing this because his mother is making him do it.
Then you're not come and add your own to it.
Right. If he had a woman, if he had a wife that was strong enough to take him away from it.
Do you think his mother would have allowed? Do you think his mother would have allowed him marry someone that could take him away from what?
And that's the point. And that's why she told her when she went to her house. She told her, "I allowed you stay here." She didn't like mince. No, she said, "I allowed you." So if your mother-in-law is telling you she allowed, my dear, allowing because I don't know what else to say about that. It was allowed, but I think that's why I could literally just see through it. Because like, if it was the grandmother, when King of Boys, when mommy showed up, he even had to put on his bead because at that point it was like, hey, and then Barbara because real strong woman enter. She not enter, she's not doing with her to what he's old.
That was on my nerves. That was on my last nerve. I was like, no. But I was waiting to see the credits at the end. The moment I saw Tiana styling, I said, yeah, that makes sense.
Everybody knows. That's one of our signatures.
That makes sense.
Like, yeah, no, Ara was a good character. I think it was a great, strong character.
It was the strongest.
A great
character
for King of Boys. But I also love how he was so underplayed that if you weren't paying attention, you wouldn't have known. Because everybody would have thought that it was the one that was trying to be king. What was his name? The one that smoked bullets. That's the most. That's the most.
That's the person.
That is also one of the most unrealistic parts of KOB for me. Having Charlie Boy play someone I wanted to be king, and with all due respect,
that's true. It was even the voice for me.
Everything, because the way Nigeria is set up and our people are, to be feared. Power is from fear. And the fear can come from you fear that you will kill me, fear that you will not let me get food to eat, fear that you take my job, fear that you will not allow my children go to school. But fear controls that society in one way or the other, right? The last kind of person you would be afraid of is somebody that is not a man or a woman. Is somehow effeminate or trans or cross-dressing. Like, they are not really seen as people that fall into any category of being feared. From I'm talking about the Nigerian society right now, the way it is right now. In 10 years, that might change. You could see somebody who's even binary, gender neutral, or does not identify as whatever normal thing you expect them to identify. But right now, nah. That will take you out of the running.
I think that's why they made him her, she.
And every time he even spoke, it was like.
Whenever he opened his mouth, I was just like, "It's okay, you can keep shut."
Or maybe that's why it's perfect for the role, because like.
And that was the point I was getting to.
If a woman can be the governor, then can be definitely.
I think that was very purposeful for the reason because. Everyone was scared of him at the table. Like, he was pulling somebody's fingernails out because they lied to him.
That one is pure. That one is small fry. The police do that to their boys.
Yeah, but that's the next person. The only other person that could have ever done that on that table was Makanaki.
It was Makanaki. Okay.
See Malay that would be all, and the one that was opening mouth that smarting like this. She said, "Say it." I said, "Yeah." Yeah.
Oh my dramatics now. Dramatic.
Jem Jem, I'm just pitying Jem Jem because I know Jem Jem is going to watch it now.
No, I'm not.
After
People
watching
are finished saying it now. I know who is
no,
there. I know King of Boys. I know Charlie Boy. I know Makanaki. I know Areo no Kakafo. I know Bodyguard. Yes, I can answer your question.
Not fair.
Okay.
But I already
Okay,
told
Barry,
you.
you.
I already told you what I think. I think um the best character line was, if that's something.
okay.
I think Tony Toms and King of Boys. I think the role that Tony Tom played. Ooh. It makes me so emotional. Like that's how deep it is for me because I feel like a lot it speaks to so much with mental illness that people don't even realize. Again, you know me, I either go to the far left or to the far right.
But is it mental illness or trauma though? I think it
But
was more of like
this
trauma.
trauma as a mental illness. Shade is not from trauma, the mental illness stem from. Because did you forget that she was whipping herself
Mm-hmm.
with what's it called?
She was punishing herself
She was
because of her children.
that's what's it called? She was hurting herself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See, that's
that's
actually common.
illness that was derived from the trauma that she
Mm.
experienced, and she had to create this whole different person
Persona. Mm-hmm.
that was in her face whenever she didn't kill some. The part that got me,
I kept waiting for them to merge. I kept waiting for them to merge. Every time she would say, Kilo, share. I kept waiting for her to give in because I knew that when she would give in, the action
when
would
she
come.
killed
So,
that other bodyguard,
you know what?
land. I mean, like
Mm.
she just
Jem, Jem, stop that. Jem,
I'm acting without me. I'm reacting and acting without.
you know what? You know what? I'm not gonna take more of your time, guys.
no,
But
it's like it was.
what is it? Give us one prediction for KOB the next season. Liz, Oyin-Liz.
Can I start? Oh, okay. I'm gonna go.
I'll come to you. One prediction from you.
I think Makanaki is gonna become troublesome,
Hmm.
but I think he's gonna stay loyal. He's not Makanaki. She actually has really good, but he's gonna be troublesome.
But how can he stay loyal when they asked him, call your enemies, and he said, how can he be loyal?
I think he can be loyal because, and the same reason why he even allowed her to be in his presence. Because if he wanted to kill her, I could have killed her. Like
I've killed that, yeah.
let's say that he genuinely loves that woman as a mother.
Mm.
You can genuinely feel the love.
Jem, stop that. Stop it.
And you can genuinely feel the love between both of them. So I think that's what I've noticed with all the people that are loyal to King of Boys.
Mm-hmm.
Is the emotions that she used to get them. That's it. She's very, and it's not manipulative. It's just because she truly does care about these people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Makanaki is going to become troublesome.
And I think that Makanaki is very bloodthirsty. See the way he ended Malay's family. If you're governor and you're having somebody that is ending people like that during your reign, it's going to be problematic. Jem, your prediction.
Okay. Someone give me background music. I predict that this scene is gonna take place like this. Keep going with the music. Go on with the music. Go on with the music. I need to position myself. Iwo and sing. That's going to happen. If it did not happen, forget. If it did not happen, kick me off this show. But this is going to happen.
The war. No, that part was legend. I need somebody to edit just that part out.
That's true.
Did
it happen in this one?
Yes.
Yes,
How did I know?
Like even Their words sink. Oh my
It's going to
god.
happen in the next one.
Oh my god.
But
People,
exactly as I
ah,
thought
no,
and
no,
look
no, no.
forward, that's how it's going to. You see,
No,
don't
because
worry.
what is that Oscar?
That's
That
my
was
honesty.
she need a Oscar for it. That one. Ah, no, no, no. It was mad. It was
Okay.
mad. KLB was fire.
Okay.
KLB was fire.
KOB was fire. It was fire. I'm definitely going to watch season. I'm going to watch the movie and then the season all over again very soon.
Do you
I'm
think they
just
need to
going
leave
to.
it at? I think after this, though, I think they need to leave it alone. Like after this, they make a season three. Leave it alone. It's enough. Like
From what I heard, it's going to be a Grey's Anatomy kind of something. From
Oh
what
yeah,
I
because she
heard.
has somebody on the inside.
until she die happy. No, I
No.
mean the character. Come on, calm down. I mean the character. Okay, but calm
Okay, I
down.
don't know, but I just heard that there is a lot that is coming,
I
and
mean, nobody's
I
by
only wish,
to it, so
mhm. I only wish Adesuwa didn't pass in the first one, so that she'll be able to come back.
I'm glad she passed. I don't think I why
Adesuwa's character, this was
because we are talking about her character. By the grace
character.
of
Okay,
God, my
you go
baby
and read
said
the
never by the grace of God, not right now, by the grace of she will live to fulfill her destiny. All right, until that
first.
agreement. So I think that it was necessary for both her kids to die because the only reason why she even came back was to revenge and avenge.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Lord, no, arrest death. They need to give me arrest death in full color and glory. Like I need that's what they need to use to open KOB3. That's all I have to say. Because she told him that me, Emi Ofeku, my Beku was on. I said,
I would like to see, you know what, Oyin-Liz, I would like to see you in a movie. In a Yoruba
I
movie.
should cast her in a movie, right? I think that's
Jim, cast both of us in
it's
a
still
movie.
difficult to get her to do stuff that she doesn't want to do. That's the issue. So maybe you can talk to
I
her and
think
then this
I
thing.
think I think
I've
you'll
tried
be
to get
good
her to
in
rap. I've tried to get her to sing. Like you're ahead on the song. You can't get her to do whatever she doesn't want to do. She's too stubborn.
Okay, guys. So thank you for joining me tonight. I'm no longer even saying this live is going to be shorter again because I've seen that.
I think you said last time.
one
You
hour,
have to
30 minutes.
say
Yes.
this life is gonna be long so that it will be short. Reverse
Going to be short.
psychology. And
Okay.
when somebody is talking for too long, you just say, everybody is okay. Remember, I said that this life is going to be long, and that person will cut it short like that.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so thank you guys. If you're watching, don't forget every Tuesday we're here at 8 p.m. My guests today are Oyin-Liz. Her Instagram is at malamo221 and at Gem High. That's at JEMHIGH. And you can get me on Instagram at immigrate.life. And go check out Gem High's at Gem High. Go check out the link in his bio. Go check out his EP, and it's very nice. We played it at the beginning of this live show.
Vibes to heaven.
It's called
Also,
Vibes.
shout out to at AD Studios for getting on Bella Ninja. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God,
Shout out to Atinika for putting me on the vibes and trip crew. Okay, let's go.
Vibes are
Let's
true
go.
story. And yes, and shout out to Ini for pulling off his second fake
Yes.
Yo, Miss
wedding.
Biodun, you got the first interview with the official Vibes and Trips crew.
I
You did. We need to
I
post that
did.
video and do it again. You did.
So that we can make business,
Yeah,
We
Miss
need to
Biodun, for
put it
real.
up.
You did. You got the first. You got the first.
Yeah, we need to put it up. But thank you guys. You guys always bring the vibes and the trips on Tuesday. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful night.
Thank you. Bye, everyone. They say we should block Aries.